top 10 strongest women in the world. Number 10. Heini Koivuniemi. Heini Koivuniemi is a Finnish strength athlete who has stepped on the world's strongest woman's podium several times. She managed to place second in 2001 and place third in 2002 and 2003. In those years, she began to make a name for herself and was the protagonist in the BBC documentary Strong Women, which portrayed her training for the contest in 2002. Heini holds the world record for throwing a beer keg for greater height. The keg weighed 27 pounds and it flew over a bar at a height of 11.3 feet. Number 9. Chen Wei-ling. This Taiwanese powerlifting athlete is quite a feat. She won a silver medal in weightlifting at the 2013 World Games in Cali, a bronze medal at the World Games in Wrocław, Poland in 2017, and a gold medal at the Kaohsiung Games in 2009. Plus, she collected another gold medal at the Beijing Olympics. Chen Wei-ling weighs only 104 pounds and is 4.8 feet tall. But that doesn't stop her from achieving a few impressive lifts, such as 462 pounds on the squat, 209 pounds in the bench press, and 429 pounds in the deadlift. That's right, in all these records, she was lifting weights that were at least twice as heavy as her own body weight. Number 8. Donna Moore. Let's talk about Donna Moore, a British strongwoman who has been competing in this kind of sport since 2012, and won the World's Strongest Woman competition twice in a row in 2016 and 2017, and placed third in 2018. She has also won the Arnold World Strong Woman Championship twice. Her best lifts are 444 pounds in the deadlift, 374 pounds in the squat, and 231 pounds in the overhead press. Also on September 27, 2020, she managed to lift a 374-pound Atlas stone and set another stunning record. To top it off, her record for lifting Ardblair stones and putting them on barrels is impressive. In 2019, she was able to put 7 stones on the barrels in 37.14 seconds. Besides being a strength athlete, Donna's the mother of 2 children and lives with them in Colburn, United Kingdom. Number 7. Jill Mills. Jill Mills is a strength athlete from the United States. She started out as a bodybuilder and gave it up to take up strength sports, as she says bodybuilding is like a dog show and doesn't require as many athletic components as weightlifting. Her top lifts are 407 pounds in the squats, 259 pounds in the bench press, and 459 pounds in the deadlift. Jill won the World's Strongest Woman in 2001 and 2002, but came third in 2005. So she decided not to persist in that competition due to the discrepancies she had with the managers. She states strength athletes receive very little support, and the money they spend to compete doesn't make up the $5,000 they get as the prize. Currently, this super athlete also practices mountain biking. Number 6. Aneta Florczyk. Also known as Atena, this is a Polish strength athlete who began her career at the age of 16 as a weightlifter. She's been a champion several times in national competitions and won World's Strongest Woman in 2003, 2005, 2006, and 2008. This makes her the woman who has won this competition the most times. Her lifting records are 451 pounds in the squat, 220 pounds in the bench press, and 469 pounds in the deadlift. She also holds the Guinness World Record for rolling the most frying pans in 1 minute, as she managed to roll 4 in a TV show in February 2008. Although she improved her record in November of that year by rolling 1 more frying pan in the same time, but this wasn't enough for her. In 2009, she set the record for lifting the most men over her head in 2 minutes. She lifted 12 men properly and dropped them onto a mat afterward. Number 5. Kristen Rhodes. Kristen Rhodes is an American athlete famous for winning the United Strongmen Women's World Championships in 2012. Rhodes has been involved in sports from an early age, playing soccer and throwing the javelin and discus. She began her training as a strength athlete with her husband Donald Allen Rhodes, who's also involved in this type of sport and began competing in 2006. Kristen has been World's Strongest Woman finalist 3 times. She placed third in 2018 and placed second in 2017 and 2013. According to some analysts of this sport, this is the greatest athlete who hasn't been a world champion so far. In 2020, she astonishingly deadlifted none other than 482 pounds. Not bad for a woman who's only 5.5 feet tall. But if that wasn't enough, she also posted a video on Instagram lifting two bulky 260-pound dumbbells, one in each hand, so the total was 520 pounds. Amazing! Number 4. Samantha Coleman. As a child, Samantha was teased due to her large size. As an adult, she felt she had lost her bearings and was involved in addictions and impulsive behavior. It was her husband, who was already involved in strength sports, who offered to train her and took pride in each of her achievements, as he couldn't get those achievements due to physical limitations. Her lifts are impressive. 507 pounds in the deadlift, 391 pounds in the bench press, and 659 pounds in the squat. Currently, Samantha's dedicated to speaking out against bullying, and as a sign that femininity doesn't contradict great strength, she attends her competitions wearing a tiara. For now, she's looking to break her own records, but once she retires, she plans to train women in powerlifting. Number 3. Natalia Kuznetsova. Natalia Kuznetsova is a Russian bodybuilder who also holds multiple powerlifting records. She started lifting weights at the age of 14. Aiming to gain muscle and hasn't stopped ever since. One of her first steps was graduating from the Moscow State Academy of Physical Education in 2013. Her lifts are 395 pounds in the bench press, 617 pounds in the squats, and 529 pounds in the deadlift. Currently, she's sponsored by several sports nutrition brands such as Oxytropin and RPS Nutrition. As for her weightlifting achievements, she won the Eurasia Cup in 2014 and the Eastern European Cup the following year. She's also one of the few bodybuilders to be open about her use of anabolic steroids and estrogen blockers. She says that during her training days, she consumed 20 milligrams of oxandrolone and up to 200 milligrams of primobolan before getting to compete. Anyway, what matters most to us on this top 10 list are her records, not how she set them. Number 2. Crystal Tate. This North American strength athlete holds mind-blowing records. She deadlifted 600 pounds, her best bench press was 300 pounds, and she managed to squat 600 pounds in a competition. However, in a video recorded in a gym, she is shown squatting with the weight of 700 pounds. Some think that this latest record is debatable because she doesn't go low enough, but as often happens in the world of powerlifting, the difference between a good and a bad exercise is subjective and often depends on the eye of the judge. Bonus: the world of strong women wouldn't be complete without those who are dedicated to bodybuilding. While their main approach is the body, we mustn't forget the enormous weights they usually lift. One of the best is Christy Hawkins, an American bodybuilder who suffered from anorexia nervosa as a teenager. During those years, she decided to go to the gym to burn calories. At first, she started with cardiovascular exercises and continued with strength training. By the time she became a professional bodybuilder, she was consuming between 2,500 and 3,000 calories a day. What an appearance! Another one of the most famous is Alicia Young, who is not only a professional bodybuilder, but a glamour model and adult content creator. She comes from a family of athletes. Her father was a retired bodybuilder. Alicia first played a big range of sports such as softball, basketball, and soccer, eventually settling on her father's sport. Like father, like daughter. She began performing in bodybuilding tournaments at the age of 23. Her arm circumference is more than 18 inches, which is unusual for an athlete who's only 5.2 feet tall. If the weight the previous strong women can lift seemed surprising to you, stay tuned and keep an eye out for the formidable lifts of the first place. Number 1. Becca Swanson. She's an American strong woman athlete, considered by many to be the strongest woman in the world. She was born in Nebraska and got a degree in mechanical engineering, but she would devote her main efforts to achieving proficiency in strength sports. At first, she was interested in bodybuilding, but later she opted for powerlifting, getting these remarkable lifts: 854 pounds in the squats, 600 pounds in the bench press, and 694 pounds in the deadlift. Because these records are unbeatable for many, she's the strongest woman in the world. Also, she practices professional wrestling. Would you dare to challenge her? I wouldn't. How scary. These were the strongest women in the world. Are you surprised to find so much strength in them? Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. See you in the next video.